Hello and welcome back on my channel. Thank you so much for joining me again for another weekly vlog. I have just gotten ready. Look at my beautiful cute dress that I just got. I love this dress. It fits me so well and I'm so happy. I'm stoked that I can wear that kind of stuff again. It is actually Tuesday because my Monday was horrible and I'm on my way to the finale of the TV show taping. Super excited to get there. Let me just get on the road and then I'm going to tell you why yesterday was horrible. As you know, I have been going to these TV show tapings. It's a show that's quite similar to The Masked Singer. It's called Big Performance, and pretty much what they do is they put special effect masks on German celebrities and they then turn into legendary singers. What they end up doing is they sing songs from these legends, and the first bit is lip sync, and then the lip sync is being turned off, and then it is their own voice, which is, I find, super intimidating, because just imagine hearing Adele's voice first and then hearing your own voice. I mean, that is raising the bar. The celebrity that is behind Adele, officially she hasn't been unmasked yet, but after she was singing one line, I knew who it was, because she is a singer from a group that I was crazy about as a teenager. I just know her voice. Like, you can't fool me. I think in some cases she did a better job than Adele. Just saying. After the first one, I just felt like I really would have enjoyed being able to talk to somebody about the show, because we are in a non-disclosure agreement with the TV show company. We cannot talk about the show before it airs. Not worried about this vlog, honestly, because it is airing mid-September and I don't see this being edited before the show airs.
It's true.
I cried my eyes out, the Adele songs, and it was just amazing. And then an old friend reacted to my WhatsApp status saying, hey, I was at this show, and she was like, oh, totally jealous. I thought about getting tickets for me and my daughter, but couldn't get them anymore, and super jealous that you were there. I was friends with her as a teenager and I hadn't seen her in 7 years, and I was super excited. I was like, I really would like to see this woman again. Tickets came up for sale again, and I texted her and was like, hey, tickets are up again, you can get them. And she's like, oh shit, I can't get them before the 15th because then she's gonna get paid and stuff, and she's currently on the road, so she can't really create an account and get them. And I was like, listen, okay, I'll just get them for you. And she bought tickets for last week's show and then this week's show, but the second and the fourth show. Last week I met her, we had a wonderful time. I actually even picked her up and dropped her off and everything, but then she texted me Sunday evening if I can cancel the tickets for Tuesday, which is today, because she cannot get the day off from her boss. And I told her no, they have a 3-day cancellation policy and they are really strict about it because it's a TV show taping. They do not want empty seats in their show. If you don't come, they will actually lock your account and you can never buy tickets again. You can only cancel tickets 3 days prior to the show. She really has to come or find a replacement. Yesterday afternoonish, she texted again and said she asked her friend, because her daughter still really wants to go, but her friend can come, so she can't use the tickets. I was like, well, what's your solution? And she was like, yeah, I don't know what to do. I'm not getting the day off and I don't know what to do. And I gave her some suggestions, like post it on Facebook. She's like, yeah, I don't really have accounts there. And I was like, well, then at least send me the money now, because I already paid for it. And then she sent me the money for last week's show. I was like, well, but what about tomorrow's show? She's like, yeah, I'm still hoping to find somebody. And at that point, my gut feeling was like, yeah, you're trying to get out of this because you don't want to pay for this ticket, and you are going to not follow through. You're not going to make sure that somebody else will take this ticket. I was getting really annoyed because I don't have time to find a replacement for her and everything and do all these things that I suggested for her to do. That would mean I cannot finish my work in time, and I will have, after the show, I will have to go and work. Finally, I did find a wonderful couple who already wired me the money, and I sent them the ticket, and I'm quite sure that they're going to show up, so my account won't be locked. My reading is going to be be so behind, which is okay because my work always is going to be priority. I don't need this type of people in my life, and that is the last time that I have done something for her, and that I don't know. I'm just so pissed at this. I would love to hear your guys' feedback. Have you ever been in a situation like this? Do you think I'm overreacting by being pissed at her? What would you do? How would you resolve the situation? What's your take on this? Essentially, my question is, am I the asshole here? Now I'm in a traffic jam, so I will continue The Dragon Reborn by Robert Jordan. Then I will read Girl Serpent Thorn together with Lucien and Ilva, a buddy read as well. I'm not going to be able to read much today. Aside from that, I am going to finish How Penguins Saved Veronica. I'm behind and I have this big project at work that I need to finish off first, and I don't know how much time that's going to consume over the next days. I will just make up my mind about what else I'm attempting to read this week after my work piece is done. What a show, guys. What a show. As you can see, I'm back home. I am super happy with how the show went. It wasn't just great performances that made me cry. This was validating my teenage judgment on music, kind of. Of course, I didn't like all the songs back then, but I felt like they always transported some huge emotion. They kind of captured me and they moved something in me. I felt so validated when the audience, over the past couple of sessions and today, pretty much mirrored that feeling that I had as a 14-year-old. Honestly, they called them things like singing goodwill. They were influenced by folklore and hippies when it came to their styling. They had very high quality clothes that were actually tailored for them, and the fabrics were high quality. But because they were kind of weird and looked like secondhand clothes, people were calling them dirty. And because all the boys had long hair, people were calling them dirty. And I have never once seen one of them with like greasy hair. Seeing people react to her voice and to her performance and purely her performance just felt so incredibly validating. I don't know if you get it. If I can find the performances on YouTube by the time, I will link them up in the, like where the eye is, up in the corner and in the description box, so you can check her out. It is a little past midnight. I'm super tired. I have a couple of hours work still to do. Good night. Hello. It is Wednesday morning. It is so hard to go to work today because I have this document that needs to get ready, and I think I scrapped this document 5 times now. It's just, I really want to read. I want to finish How the Penguin Saved Veronica, and I'm still in this, I want to dive into a world mood and just get lost in a world, and the mail just came and I'm just gonna quickly unbox this. Then my coffee should be ready, and then focusing on getting this document done. What I'm opening up right now is the Wildest Dreams box. Is one of the cheaper boxes. I think I'm paying like 26 euros for it. We usually get a paperback. What I like about this is that they are picking contemporary diverse reads. Usually, I think in the past it was mostly cultural diverse reads. This box also doesn't come with the typical fandom items. It comes with very practical items. So the material value is obviously less than something that you would expect from an owl crate or fairy loot. There we go. We have Treacherous Best, You Know Me Well. This is Cosmopolitan tea, a tea that's just as distinguished as you are. It's the ideal brew to drink whilst planning your future success. A glorious green with citrus bite. I like green tea, and I like green tea with citrus. So this is like Chinese sencha with freeze-dried cranberry. That's not citrus. Hibiscus, lime leaves, orange peel, natural flavoring. Okay, it sounds good. And then we have this mirror. I'm not really happy with, like, I don't need a mirror like this. Boy Queen, Life's Drag Until You Try, George Lester. And then we have a little bracelet. Some pieces can't be forced into a puzzle, or at least they shouldn't be because they won't make sense. History is all you left me. So it looks like the back. This is a really weird bracelet. And we have glitter. This looks like glitter that you can glue on your face. There's nothing on the spoiler card about this. We have tea bags. The topic is Life's a Drag. We have kings, queens, and in-betweens inspired print. and there's a bookmark. It says, "You need to find that little place in yourself that believes in you." Boy Queen by George Lester. I love that they wrap the book. Ooh, and we have a signed book plate. This is a gorgeous cover. Robin had it all figured out. A future on Broadway, a top secret boyfriend, and 2 ride-or-die best friends. Then all his worst nightmares came true. Now his life is a hot mess. With nothing left to lose, Robin falls wig first into the glittering embrace of drag and comes face to face with the queen he was always meant to be. I am actually super excited about this. I have no experience in this world. I think the most experience with drag that I have is what the current makeup trends, how they're being influenced by drag makeup. So yeah, I'm actually super excited for this one. Good morning, here I am again, doing my favorite thing, bringing books to the mail. It's going to be super hot today, and I'm finally done with all my stuff that held me back from reading at work. I love living out in the country. That sign says sex in the corn and wheat fields is forbidden during harvesting season because it's dangerous, like mortal danger. I don't know, but I love that sign. I love it. It's Friday evening and I am again at a TV show taping. It's a different show, but it's still a taping. This was probably the most horrible reading week so far, but I just had a lot of work to do and I'm just hoping to catch up this weekend, just at least a little bit. And somebody please explain what's going on with me. Last week my reading week was so amazing, and this week the crazy thing about it is I want to read. I don't feel like I don't want to read. I feel like I'm in a mood where I really want to be in a world. Instead, I am in bed for like 15 to 20 hours a day. I pretty much slept all Saturday, and when I didn't sleep, I watched Star Trek movies because that suddenly is a priority for me. Anyways, yesterday I had this subscription box coming in. So I need to get these flowers into some water. So I'm gonna do that now. And I'm hoping, since I made it from my bed to my couch, that I will be able to read after this. So there's this powder that goes into the water. And for some reason, the flowers gave off some water or moisture or something. I hope the flowers are still okay. Yeah, as you can see, arranging flowers is not really my forte. I love wind flowers. Making them look beautiful, not my forte, but I think it's okay. I'm hoping they look good in like a few hours. So it's a nice Sunday on the couch and I'm finally back into reading. I just read almost 100 pages and getting to the next little post-it. We have 2 gifts left, and when I saw these 2 gifts, I thought because of what is happening in the story and everything, I thought this is going to be a notebook and this is going to be a necklace with a little like compartment where you can put something in, like a picture or something else. So the book so far, it is a lot more touching than I thought it would be. Somehow I'm relating to it in a weird way. It's nothing that I can seriously relate to, but somehow it feels relatable, and like several characters feel relatable. It's kind of weird to explain. We're on page 269 and it says, "I'm going to read you another chapter from Great Expectations. I'm sure you're going to like it." Okay, so we're not going to have a notebook. Is this actually a copy of Great Expectations? I wish I could use these boxes again for the book boxes that I'm creating, but the page numbers never match the products. It actually is a notebook, I think, that looks like a Great Expectations. That is so surreal. Look at this. I kind of love the print. And yeah, it's just a simple notebook. I thought it smelled weirdly. We need never be ashamed of our tears. It is so cool. And we have, you're part of my existence, part of myself. You have been in every line I have ever read. So I think that's pretty cool for a book lover who loves classics. I'm not necessarily somebody who loves classics. They just don't speak to me as much. And I have enough notebooks, but I think the idea is pretty cool. Okay, we have what, like not even 100 pages left. I am eager to finish this now. Let's go.
1 hour later.
Okay, I just need to talk to you about this real quick. This guy is telling our main character, who has been living in the UK all her life during the war, and this guy says, the weather today is a little warmer, nearly 1.8 degrees Celsius. This means nothing to me. I only understand Fahrenheit. Why would somebody who has lived in the UK all their life, has grown up there, born and raised in the UK, not understand Celsius? Why would they understand Fahrenheit? So only 7 pages left and we have the last little post-it. I'm not sure how to end up rating this. I think it is between a 3 and a 4 star for me. It has touched me more than I thought it would, but then there's a few things that happen that are too much coincidence, too much things just happen to play out the way that they are. Just a tiny bit too much for my taste, but it was still a fun read. So it is a 3.5 star and I am thinking about where to go, like 3 or 4. Okay, for the last package, which is this one, I already mentioned that I'm assuming that this is going to be the locket that keeps coming up, and right now she is also saying I touched my locket. So no surprise here that this is going to be the locket. It's just going to be interesting to see what the quality is, what it looks like, if it's golden, because golden is something that I might actually end up wearing. Thought about it this way. I actually think that I would love a locket with a piece of hair from my dad and my mom. So this is it. There we go. Sadly, it's not golden. I think if this would be gold, I would actually wear it because it's quite cute. The chain feels good for a cheap one. And then we have sparkles a little. So where does it open? Oh, the opening mechanism looks a little bit cheap, to be honest. I don't know if you can see it, but it looks cheap from the inside as well. And then it has pictures. One is a V, and then one is a picture of hair. Actually holds together better than I thought. It snaps together quite well. I'm a little bit torn about this one. We couldn't expect a box that costs us like 30-40 bucks to have $50 jewelry in it, right? I don't know. Not the biggest fan, but it's not bad either. Let's just finish the next few pages and make myself something to drink. I feel sleepy again already, which is crazy. And I really do want to start, and I actually wanted to finish Nice Try Jane Sinner today. I looked inside it, and the way it's written, I think that I should be able to read it quite quickly. So even though it has over 400 pages, I don't think that this is an 8-hour read. I'm super excited for it. I don't remember exactly what it was about, but I remember that there was something about like reality show. So our main character was expelled from high school and enrolled in community college, where she joins a student-run reality show where she can win a car and can start over because no one knows what she did in high school. I was quite excited about this when I read this because I'm a sucker for like TV reality show formats turned like as a trope in books, or like similar products like casting shows that necessarily aren't shows in the book, but the selection, for example, is quite similar, where you have people competing to become the next queen. And I kind of like that format. I love the games format as well, like in the Hunger Games and stuff. So competitiveness where the whole experience is the game, not a book where they're playing a game and that's a side part, or that's like supposed to make it geeky. It's more like where the life is the game is really appealing to me. So I'm really looking forward to this, and I need to get this done because I think we wanted to be done with the boxes by this week or so. So I need to get this done. I already have a lot of presents for the girl picked out as well, so I need to get to it. Let's read these last 7 pages and maybe take a 30-minute nap or something and then continue.
Later.
I did not expect the way that it finishes would pull my heartstrings out again. I don't know, I didn't expect it. But one thing that I have to note though is that in the very beginning of the book, I mentioned that I thought that this might touch on some mental health issues as well, because our main characters seem to be a little bit confused at times. And it kind of annoyed me that they never took that up again and that this wasn't discussed. So I don't know why they brought it into the book in the beginning, because it just has no place in it at all. It kind of annoys me because that was just not necessary to move the plot along, and it has created a plot line or part of a plot line that doesn't add up because it's never closed or taken up again. So why does this lady have memory issues in the beginning and then never ever comes up again? I don't get that. I still enjoyed it. I think I'm leaning more towards a 3 out of 5 stars. I still really did enjoy it. I enjoyed the experience again. I just love the Once Upon a Book Club box. And I am so excited already for the next one. That's the next one. I hope that one's going to be a little bit better regarding items that I'm actually going to use. Okay, let's make something to drink and dive into Jane Center. So I only got to page 100 in A Nice Try Jane Center, but honestly so far it is exactly the kind of guilty pleasure that I was hoping for. Yeah, so pretty much is what I said in the summary, that we have this girl, something happened in high school and she's now going to college. I was a little bit confused that she can just go to community college without finishing high school. I thought you needed a high school diploma for that. So that was interesting. Aside from that, I just find the style really interesting because it isn't divided by chapters. You have a lot of like dialogue, direct speech, which is drawn out across the page quite largely. And then you have everything else entered in their diary style with like the date. And it's pretty much just Jane writing her diary. There's no chapters, there's no like logical structure in this book, which feels kind of weird because I cannot sit there and say like, oh, just one more chapter, or just start summarizing my feelings of the book at a certain point, which feels weird because this is a book that I'm doing for a book box for Sarah, and so I'm writing a lot of notes in it. Which also leads me to, this is why I only did 100 pages. I wanted to read 400 and I thought I would like blast through this like crazy because of the direct speech and everything, but I'm writing so much into the book. Anyways, making myself some nice iced tea for tomorrow. It's a strawberry and cream from Tea Pro. Let's put that in the fridge. We'll have a full bottle of green/herbal tea from today. I might prefer that over a fruit tea, but I already had a fruit tea open, and fruit teas work well cold, but I think I'm more of a green herbal tea kind of person, especially when it comes to like iced tea. Anyways, I'm going to bed now. I'm super tired, even though I spent a lot of time in bed over the past couple of days. I only slept like 5 hours last night, according to my Big Brother monitor here. Obviously, I'm tired. New week, new luck, I guess. I'm really not happy with the amount that I read this week. This week was a little bit weird and off, and I just don't feel good about this week. So let's just forget about this week. This week never happened, and let's go into a new week and hope my reading picks up. If not, at least we're gonna have a fun meeting at the end of the week. I'm meeting some people from the Goodreads group and I'm super looking forward to that. So at least we're gonna have that. All right, thank you so much if you have stuck around until this point. Please give me a thumbs up. If you aren't subscribed yet, please hit that subscribe button. It supports me so much and I appreciate it so much. But again, if you just watched until this very point, I appreciate you so much. Thank you, and I hope to see you again real soon. Bye.